Are you an entrepreneur?
Are you brave enough to face the might of the making moves charges?
It's no use standing there and thumb-sucking an answer.
Work 5 hours a day.
Yes.
You're lazy.
Have you taken samples to them? No, we haven't.
I do feel a little bit disrespected, and that's why I'm a little bit angry.
Is there any fuel on the business model?
Do you want to pitch for 50,000 Rand cash injection into your business?
The stage is set for you to be part of this amazing opportunity for young entrepreneurs.
With the 50,000 that we gonna get here at Making Moves, we just want to buy material. Tapping into the markets of your funeral homes and your stock files, there's gonna be a greater demand for our products.
If you are an insurer, when he sends you an email, on a daily basis, he's the 10th one that's come into your inbox, all asking for the same thing.
And this time of the year when they are having challenges with their scorecards and they must pay
but
big
clearly
fines,
it's not.
then
I mean, in
they
order,
look for those
there's certain
emails.
companies where I can't cold call.
Many families use tombstones as a symbol of remembrance to their departed loved ones. The tombstone industry enye ke izinkundla ekhula ngesikhulu isivinini. Kodwa ke nawo umncintiswano kona lenkundla le uhlezi ukhona. Lethabo ongumphathi wenkampani yaziwa ngokuthiwa Kgasepo elaphayana eMiddleburg. Yena ke udayisa ama tombstones ahlukahlukene ephinde futhi badayiseleke abantu ke abakuyona kule ndawo abaphuma kwizigaba ezahlukahlukene.
My name is Lethabo Kgasepo. I'm the owner of Kgasepo Tombstones. We're a firm that specializes in making tombstones and granite kitchen tops. What makes our company unique is the guarantee that we offer in each of our products. We offer a 20-year guarantee on each of our tombstones. People can find us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Kgasepo Tombstones. Alternatively, they can hit a turn at our office here in Middleburg, Umhluzi.
Usomabhizinisi wethu namhlanje sizobe sichitha usuku naye uLethabo. Ubasically ndawo lena ke yalapha ke eMiddleburg. Lethabo took over leli business ngemva kokuthi ke yena ke ubaba wakhe amshiye nalo. Lo mlisa lona ke useliguqulile leli business ngezindlela ezahlukahlukene. Ngazochitha usuku naye sifuna ukwazi ukuthi ke bona ke bawenza kanjani ke lama kitchen tops la wenziwa ngegranite nalawo ma tombstones wabo. Futhi ke sifuna ukwazi ukuthi amakhasimende abo ngobani. Njengoba sibe sigxila nabo ke sifuna ukwazi ngebusiness labo. So, sibuyele emuva ngaphambi ukuthi singene ohambeni lwakho naleli business. You took over the business straight from Iva City, from your late father.
Yeah.
Kwakungani kubalekile mfethu ukuqala to keep ilegacy kababa wakho going?
Well, there was a lot of factors that we must consider before such a big decision. But with the guidance here already and realizing the amount of people this company feeds, we are born and it's something a timer built, so you must carry on from where you left off. I just felt obligated to do that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. But my inheritance in fact taking over a business exist. Myself, I think which wasn't the case with you, Mfethu.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
No. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't the case. I wish Benjalo, but we had a lot of financial struggles coming into the business, not knowing a thing about tombstones, and the company was in a lot of debt, owing clients tombstones, so you had to start afresh and ask for financial assistance from Uma, and ukuze sifike la sikhona manje. There has been a lot of blood, sweat and tears.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the changes or blood, sweat and tears, as you've put it, that you've put into the business. Ushintsho mhlawumbe olenzile or things that you've brought in the business since you've taken over.
At the time of taking over, besekusele umjito oyi-1 la. Osebenza la full time. So it was just me and him, and then we'd get temporary people. But gradually, when things started picking up, I get more experienced guys. You nick them from your competitors. But we have a spanner to add the experience.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So take me through each stage sokuthi yonke into ifikela kuphi kwenzakalani till njengoba ngibonisa imelaphi final product.
The raw material comes via chain block. Ifike la, and this is our cutting bay. Yeah, and then from there on, we have a polishing bay, la piano.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, after the polishing, it's just engraving and sandblast. Yeah.
Okay.
So ngapha, this is our workshop. Njengaleli manje, it's ready to be sandblasted.
Yeah.
And then la sprayer, and it's ready for the cemetery.
Kuthatha isikhathi esingakanani nje ukuthi kuhlanganiswe yonke into iphelela? Sinje lo msebenzi wesikhathi esingakanani lo ngubona la?
Njengalo.
Yeah.
Umsebenzi we about 3 days. Yeah, because generally, with this specific one,
yes, sir.
Lo muntu shone on Friday.
All right.
They called us on Monday, but bacele tombstone for this Saturday. Yeah, so njengoba masiqedile so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the main thing is if you have material on site, then it can even take less time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then some of the products that you offer ama-client wakho yini ama-tombstones nani okunye futhi?
Kitchen tops for my kitchen, granite kitchen tops. Yeah, your vanities in my bathroom.
Yes.
And then we also have tombstone repairs. Yeah, so umuntu uthenga ilitshe from elsewhere as a yithi thina simlungisela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nifuna ngazo zonke indlela le mali.
Nakanjani. Nakanjani.
Yes, sir.
Kgasepo Tombstone ineminyaka engu-15. Ngiqale 2006. Umsebenzi engiwenza kwa la eKgasepo ngiyadesigner, ngiyapolisha. Anyway, khona i-different bengekho kakhulu besakho. Kwasebenzisana kahle nje kumnandi. Even namanje ngisasebenzisana naye indodana yakhe. Still kusafana. I-leadership yabo almost iyafana. Ayihlukanga ndawo. Ngoba lokho bekwenziwa ngubabakhe, even kwayena uThabo sakwenza, awukho umehluko oshintshile lapho.
Why did you decide to forego a corporate career and go into your dad's business instead?
As if the business had a lot of mouths to feed. It would be rather unfair for the people that helped build the business with my dad and then and do my own thing.
A last born in his family, Lethabo was born and bred in a small mining town of Middleburg. Although he was naughty while growing up, he says he compensated by being sweet to his sisters. Ekhaya lakhe lapho sixoxisana naye lo mlisa sifuna ukwazi kabanzi ngobudlelwane obebukhona phakathi kwakhe nobaba wakhe. Siphinde futhi sifuna ukwazi ukuthi kwakunjani ukushiywa ngubaba.
Into engizithanda ngoLethabo ukuthi he's well spoken, une-respect. Treats everyone equal, whether ubuya from a poor background or rich or medium class, but treats everyone equal, like discriminating.
He's just the sort of brother okhona ukukhuluma naye mina. Open up to him ngezinkinga zami or maybe my achievements and his achievements. We just that's what I like about him, and he's very helpful. He's very helpful.
Lethabo, you must remember that he's the only boy in the family yet. So besimbona ngathi uyi mama's baby all the time. Umamami like on a soft spot for Lethabo.
Magenza bo grade 4 or 5. Magangena first thing, Mama, ukuphi? Then we'll come to my wherever I say ngila azohlola bese uyavala. So that showed ukuthi una that care. Ufuna ukungibona ukuthi ngikuphi. Manje njengoba sekakhulile, if I'm indoors uzobuza ukuthi mama, papa bangani bakho, why ula? So uyamana ukuthi ulo mntana lo ukuthi ufuna sonke la endlini sibe happy.
Passing away of his father was it was a very, very sad time of his life. Yeah, there were times where he was very withdrawn from people. Yeah, then it was very, very tough.
It was unexpected. It was sudden. Sudden in a sense, yokuthi besinga-expectanga ukuthi angazashone. Kona wahlala isikhathi esibhedlela, I think it was a month or so. But we expected him to be well and then come back home.
His passing affected me emotionally and just spiritually more than anything. Yeah, because I was doing my first year when he passed away. You have a lot of stress. Good, now who's gonna pay your fees? Nani. But yeah, through my mom, she comforts me, gives me words of encouragement. Yakutshela nje ukuthi ayikhululeka konke kusezandleni zikaNkulunkulu, and you just move on and soldier on.
Mina no Lethabo mina naye besibiza ama-3 mosquitoes because basic close all the time. So bekangubaba, he was not only a father, he was a dad, because we could run to him anytime uma sinenkinga or challenges or whatever, and bekanothando as well.
Batman and Robin, we were friends, no baba. We did almost everything together. Yeah, it's a pity. We see his time on earth was cut short, but yeah, we were best friends.
Oh, Baba, very sweet. He was very sweet and understanding. You know, she could say abantwana under the umbrella of Siya like I. So besenza konke, kusho all spheres. Makfanele kusikhathi social life siphila to the fullest. Maku spiritual one to the fullest. Physical one because bekazamthatha mix in a stadium. So baba nje he was too good for this world.
Abazali bethu, every day we must you must respect other people, no matter who they are, or bangakanani, or bahloniphe. Basifundisa nokuthi sithanda abantu. You must love everyone equally, because uthando, it's the most important thing, or the best thing you can give a person.
Lethabo is a quiet person to some time, but I enjoy a good laugh. I enjoy being around people that just make me happy. And I'd like to believe that I am honest at all times. I try to be as honest as I can. And I believe in hard work. I'd say my strengths are I'm a very hardworking person, and dedication. When I put my heart in something, I want to see it through. I don't leave things midpoint. Yeah.
Ukuthatha ibhizinisi ebese likhona kuza nama-challenges alo. Esikhathini esiningi uma ngabe umuntu ke yena ethola ifa lebhizinisi uphinde futhi athole nezindleko zalo. That was exactly the case with Lethabo's business.
I've just arrived at Making Moves to meet up with Pepsi and talk more about my business. I'm feeling excited, a bit nervous, but I'm excited nonetheless.
Lethabo walked into his late father's business fresh out of university with no business experience. The business was also in financial distress and he had staff members that he needed to pay. He's here to share struggles of those early days and also talk about some of the changes that he has implemented, and let's see where the business is today. Lethabo, welcome to Making Moves.
Ngiyaphila.
No, Grandad, I'm a pants. Mdanga, so walked out of university, walked into your father's business, and found a situation that was a bit difficult. Why did you decide to forego a corporate career and go into your dad's business instead?
Well, I felt as if the business had a lot of mouths to feed. And by me pursuing something on the side, new one, it would be rather unfair for the people that helped build the business with my dad and then and do my own thing.
Okay, so what are some of the challenges you encountered in the business?
Well, it had a lot of backlog in terms of work. There were clients that their products weren't delivered since the passing of my dad, and then you don't have material. There's no yeah, and you don't have material at the time. There's no money in the bank to get material, so those were just some of the few challenges that we had. And the other staff members had already left, so it's one.
Okay, so waqalela phansi again. And what are some of the challenges that you have in the business right now?
Right now, we have a problem with bad payers. We have a shortage in machinery. And then, like most businesses, we have cash flow problems here and there.
Okay. Let's talk about the growth prospects of the business, because you've got a few challenges, Konamanje, ne? The first one is that you sell to individuals. You sell to a few funeral homes, some parlors here and there, but currently you deal with individuals, which is difficult then because you're always chasing people. And there's no real opportunity to scale up the business, and that's the first thing. It leads into the second. Your input costs are quite high.
Yes.
And the bulk of your market is in that 4,500 space in terms of purchases, and your input costs on that are quite high. What would it take for you to decrease your input costs, and what are your biggest input costs?
Okay. I'd say our biggest input cost goes to material.
So the granite?
The granite itself, the physical material. So in order to decrease those, I believe if you have material on site all the time, then...
So you need to buy in bulk?
Buy in bulk, have material all the time ready. And then I think you're good to go. You're good to go, because the problem is that we have to travel to buy material, and so it also, the production time, it becomes much longer, and then, you can't do things ngesikhathi.
Okay.
So once you have material in bulk, I feel like you've the first step.
And then sales, in order to really get it up there, because you've got two challenges with sales. One, you're not hitting enough of the higher income market, so a lot of your sales are still kind of a mass market. Although I think if that's where the sales are, that's where the sales are.
Yeah.
And if you just manage your input costs, change that side of it, then it's okay. But let's talk about how do you grow this business? It's a congested space. There are competitors. What are you going to do in order to get it flourishing?
The main thing right now is to build a network around your burial societies, come up with a plan for them, and then you know that on a monthly you have a fixed sort of income, and you get more funeral parlors on board, and then you know that every month you have clients and sales as a couple, whereas you still have material in bulk to meet that demand.
So how do you increase the number of customers? Is it about getting out of Middleburg and expanding the network a little bit more? And what's the plan to do that? Are you having time to go and do sales?
I do have time on my hands. It's just that most of the time I'm more of a hands-on person. So I want, I don't know, a perfectionist. I want things to be done in a specific way. Yes, I have faith in Namachita. They do a stellar job. It's just that sometimes I just want to be there. And then Lapo, it reduces my time to go and chase after sales and the marketing aspects of the business, which is, in fact, the most important part of the business, because without that, there won't be ispan to do. So I feel like I must, and I have to make time.
All right, man. Wish you the best of luck. And congratulations, man. You're carrying on your dad's legacy. You've stabilized the business. You've fixed where it was, and you've set it up so that it's ready for the next level of growth. And I firmly believe that you're going to take it forward.
No, thank you.
All right, Jacham.
Okay.
Lethabo has to implement some of the changes in the business which are going to yield positive results. The concern is he still doesn't have enough clients to sell his upper tier tombstones to, which is where he makes the greatest margin. In addition, he needs relationships where he's not just going to be selling to individuals, but he's selling to burial societies, stockfells, and other such organizations so that he can get a lot more repeat business on an ongoing basis.
My interview with Pepsi went well. We spoke about eye-opening things, and I believe it went well. I'm expecting our coaching session with Lucas to go well, and just to learn from what he has to say based on his experience in business.
So if you're making 5 a day, sure, you're making 25 in a week.
Yeah.
That could lead you to about 100 a month.
Sure.
And you're selling only 20 of that. So you're way, way below what the business is able to make. How is the business doing?
The business is not doing as well as I'd like it to be doing, but we're surviving on a month-to-month basis.
Okay. We don't want month-to-month. We want the business to thrive.
Sure.
Where do you seem to have more problems?
At the moment, I feel like we're not reaching our targets that we set for ourselves.
Okay.
And not having enough bulk material on site is also costing us quite a lot.
Okay. What are your targets?
We'd like to sell about 20 tombstones a month.
About 20 tombstones?
Yes.
Okay, and in terms of capacity and that, how much capacity do you have?
We are able to make about 5 a day.
Okay, so if you're making 5 a day, sure, you're making 25 in a week. Yeah. That could lead you to about 100 a month.
Sure.
And you're selling only 20 of that. So you're way, way below what the business is able to make. I think what Lethabo battles with a little bit is that he hasn't done much of his market research on this business. This is a space where people are more dependent on relationships and networks more than anything. It is people that saw a certain funeral undertaken that will only buy coffins from a certain coffin maker. They will take livestock from a certain farmer. So everything that they do in a group. It's a business that is very, a sector that works very much out of relationships. If he doesn't create these relationships and that, he always becomes the guy we go to when everything else fails. In a business, you need to know your market pretty well. And you need to get closer to the market to the point where someone wants to buy. I've passed at the graveyard Sunday morning, and it's buzzing with people that are there to clean their loved one graves and such things, and that those are the people that you should be talking to. Okay, and what I want you to start doing is that there's a big problem with people handing out flyers. What you need to do with your flyers is it has to be some sort of information sharing with the person. So when you're giving this person this, you know, if you're looking to buy a tombstone, we do do lay buys and that. So you can do a lay buy with us. You've got 6 months to pay and such things. So when you just hand out the flyer, it's sort of waste of paper. Because after you do that, people throw flyers away and nothing ever comes out of it.
At the moment, we have a very simple marketing strategy. We just hand out flyers at your taxi ranks and whatnot. And our biggest marketing at the moment is word of mouth referrals from previous clients. However, Luke said I should try other avenues with my marketing, and he says I should just be a risk taker and try market in different spheres.
How many of the undertakers have you seen at the moment?
At the moment, we are working with 3 undertakers.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are smaller undertakers.
Yeah. So you're working with 3. How many undertakers are in your area?
In Middleburg, there's about 7 undertakers.
Okay. Yes. So for me, that's the whole thing. Don't focus in Middleburg. Wheatbank, it's only 20 k's away. Hendrina, it's about 15-20 kilometers away as well. Look at about your 30-kilometer radius from the business is, and make sure in those communities that you are known in those communities about the business that you do and that.
At the moment, we're working with 3 funeral parlors. We'd like to go up to as many as possible. We don't want to limit ourselves and say we only want 5. We just want to limit. We just want it to be an unlimited number, as many as we can get, as far as we can get them, and just like Luke said, think out the box, not just Middleburg.
Now in closing, because now this is a competition, you've got 50k that you're going to pitch for. You want the 50k in order to improve the business. One of the things that I want you to think about, be clear of where are you going to spend the money, how is it going to impact on your business, and that impact, put it in numbers as well. So you need to show that in your presentation. You need to show where the business comes from, with your effort, where the business is, where are you planning to take the business, and how is the money going to assist you.
My coaching session with Lucas was very informative. He had a lot to say, which made a lot of sense. So it went very well.
Lethabo Mdlalose.
Ah, right, mfethu.
Bhuti wami. Wangathuthukile mfethu.
Hayish, kancane mara kuzolunga.
Kuzolunga.
Athi ngibangene kuqala.
Okay, bhuti wami. Ngaphambi kokuthi bangene, ibhizinisi lakho kakhulukazi ngabe belibuka kukhulunywa ngalo kwinkulumo zayizona. Ibhizinisi elisebenzisa imali eningi. Kumele bekhona imali eningi engenayo kulona ukuze nikwazi ukushaya umsebenzi alright. Ipicture yakho njengoba uzobuyenza izokwazi ukuthi igxile maybe kuloko ikwazi understandisa ama charges ukuthi kuzosebenzeka kanjani uma ngabe uthola lo mklomelo wa 50,000 rand.
Yana yili plan lelo ukuthi ngibazise ukuthi business let's is very capital intensive nje ba understand nabo ukuthi le 50,000 sayidinga.
Yebo baba. Uyazi ama charge ke nawo akhona kulindile ngaphakathi ngizobe ngila ngibukela ipicture yakho bhuti wami.
Okay.
Thank you Mtaba.
Thank you.
Ungashona khona.
Lethabo, welcome to the pitch. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you've got 4 minutes to pitch your business. You're pitching to Lucas, Martine, and myself, after which we'll ask you a series of questions. And that 4 minutes starts now.
Good morning. My name is Lethabo Kgasepo, and I am the owner of Kgasepo Tombstones. Kgasepo Tombstones is a 100% black youth-owned manufacturing enterprise based in Middleburg in Mpumalanga. The company was originally started in 2009 by my late father. I then took over the realms in 2013 after I'd finished my studies. Many would assume that taking over a business would be a walk in the park. However, I found that it was the total opposite. As at the time of taking over, the business had incurred a lot of debt and had quite a number of outstanding orders, which were placed at the time when my father was still alive. With the help of my mother, we managed to sort out the outstanding orders and pay off the debt that the company had. Our market consists of 3 segments of people. Firstly, it's your everyday people, your families, who want to put up a tombstone of remembrance for their loved one. And then we also have your funeral homes, funeral parlors, of which we are currently working with only 3. We'd like to see that number grow to about 10 or 15 within the next 6 months. And our 3rd segment are your stokvels, your masingcwabisanes. At the moment, we have not tapped into that market yet. We are currently not working with any. However, we'd like to see that number grow to about 10 to about 15 in the next 6 months. After doing my research, I found out that the stokvel market is worth about 44 billion rands in South Africa, which means that there is quite a big cake there. And I believe that with the product that we have and the services that they do for their members, we can form a synergy and have a simple equation of 1 + 1 = 3. And then I believe with the 50,000 that we're gonna get here at Making Moves, we just want to buy material. Because with tapping into the markets of your funeral homes and your stokvels, there's gonna be a greater demand for our products, meaning we have to, on our side, have enough material to bridge that gap to meet that demand, which will also help us in lowering our cost margins, which are currently very high. We are not making the profits we'd like to be making, and it will also help us in our delivery time, in that when you have material on site, it's easier to satisfy each and every customer that walks in without having to first go and stock material, and just it will make our production more efficient. It will also help us in our volumes that we are producing, because the numbers that we are doing now are the numbers that we'd like to be doing. So with tapping into the stokvel markets and knocking on more funeral homes' doors, I believe that we can unlock the full potential of this business. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. You have a few seconds left, but I think you're done. So we'll go into a straight question and answer. This material of 50,000, because you want to take the money, plow it into material. What does that translate to? So with 50,000 worth of granite, how much revenue can you turn and how much of a profit can you turn?
With 50,000 rands of material on site, I believe we can triple it to about 150.
In turnover?
In turnover. So okay. We'd make about a profit of about 100,000 rands.
No, hang on. So you've got 50,000 rands worth of material as your input cost?
Yes.
So what are your other input costs?
There's your labor, and yes, it's your machinery, it's your delivering of the product, the final product.
Okay, so let's assume that's another 50,000, right? I'm aiming a bit high, but let's assume it's another 50,000. Yes. So you'd make a 50,000 rand profit?
Profit, yes. I'd like to believe so, yes.
Okay, it's your business, so I don't know if you can like to believe so, or what are the facts? You should know the answer to this question.
Yes, the facts are we would make about 60 to about 70,000 rands in profit.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you're focusing on funeral parlors instead of burial societies and insurers?
I think the funeral parlors are more accessible to us, because we've tried your funeral insurances like your AFBOBs, and they have bigger players that are doing the tombstone side. for them. So with your smaller funeral parlors in Middleburg and around surrounding areas, I've noticed that most of them do not have a tombstone policy. So I think that's why I'm choosing to focus on going to them as opposed to your bigger funeral insurers.
So we want to get more clients and we want to expand the business and that.
Yes, sir.
But in terms of the infrastructure that we have, the machinery, the people and everything, at the moment, how many tombstones are we able to produce or handle on a daily basis?
With your low-end tombstones, which are anything from 2,000 rands up to 5,000 rands, we are able to produce about 5 a day,
okay,
which we are way below that number in terms of what
at this moment you're selling 5 a month.
We're selling
when you could actually produce 5 a day,
which is about 60
But you're selling 12 a month at the moment.
Selling about 12, yes.
yeah. Okay, so who is doing, do you have a sales team?
At the moment, I do almost everything myself, which is why I feel like I should use up more of my time and focus on the sales part and leave the work to the team that are actually manufacturing the tombstones. So if I could just free up some time and focus on the sales, I believe we'd go in the direction that we want to go in.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. We've got enough. We're going to deliberate and then call you back. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you. I believe it went well. Unfortunately, I didn't raise some of the points that I had planned out, but I'd give myself a 3 out of 10.
All right, guys, deliberation time. Lucas, your thoughts?
I like the business. I look, what I like the most is the fact that at this moment, his capacity for manufacturing, for production, it's probably 4 times, 5 times more than what he's selling at the moment. So it tells me that if he can be able to just get the sales right, be able to build a network and work with these people, the undertakers probably, but also the burial societies and that, because that's where the real chunk of the market comes from, he'll be able to really build a very solid business from that.
Lethabo sir,
Bafu.
But we share the picture yako. But ungena presentation ubumile nje lapho ukhuluma insizwa. How do you think the judges took that?
As a business magelakho, sometimes you just speak what's on your mind. Lokubhale ku computer nje sekuma extra. So I spoke lokho bengicabanga mina ukuthi right and yeah.
Okay, njengoba usho ukuthi ukhulumile lokho ubicabanga ukuthi wena ku right. Ngibonile nikhulumisana nama judges bekubuza uphendula nawe lapha yana. Ucabanga ukuthi babone kanjani ibusiness lakho o bayizwe kanjani ipitch yakho lokho bachazela yona?
Ngiyacabanga balibone ngalendlela mina ngilithatha ngakuthi potential yona ikhona. So it's just up to them ukuthi bangayi go ahead and then siye kule round elandelayo.
Yebo baba.
What worries me a little bit is that is a little bit blasé about the traction that he can actually get from the burial society. If not, the insurer, that is a little bit more difficult, but burial societies have a lot of traction within the community.
No, but you see, the thing is, he's okay, maybe he hasn't tried sufficiently. Maybe he's gone once and the door's been closed, but he's one of thousands of little guys. And it isn't as simple. It's easy for us here to sit and say, speak to the burial society, speak to the insurers. They're not very easy.
The insurers are easy, Pepsi, because they have charter challenges,
but
right?
you say that, but the actual process of reaching them, getting an audience, getting them to actually listen to you, it's not as easy as...
Start the process.
Yeah, but you see, if you're an insurer, when he sends you an email, on a daily basis, he's the 10th one that's come into your inbox, all asking for the same thing. They do.
And this time of the year when they are having challenges with their
I
scorecards
don't
and they
know,
must pay
but
big
clearly
fines,
it's not.
then
I mean, in
they
order,
look for those
there's certain
emails.
companies where I can't cold call. I find it difficult if I'm selling something. Because they just don't get back to you. There's this. Thankfully, like over time, I've grown and I've built a network, and most of the business I do is through
Network.
a person that I know who
Correct.
either works in a place or knows someone, or or reputational, or it's very difficult when you're a small player for
But there has to be a pipeline.
Santam to go and take you seriously. I think he was correct in saying, well, the burial societies, the insurers, a bit far, we're punching above our weight there. However, we've got funeral parlors around us. We're only servicing 3. If we can get to 15,
Yeah. You see, I think
it seems more accessible to me.
Ake, mfowethu, I'm sure you're dying to find out what my church is researching. Uyasizwa kahle. Sizwa kanjani? Sizwa kanjani? Confident.
Sawubona, sibone
Sobona. Jona ubabona nawo. Bakhuluma ngawo.
Hayi sawubona.
Asibone ukuthi bathini ke mfowethu.
All right.
Shona khona uyosho.
Thank you.
Lethabo, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think you did?
I'll give myself a 4.
Jeez, you're a bit hard on yourself. I don't think you were that bad. I don't think you were great, but you weren't a 4. What you're going to get is some feedback and some comments. My feedback really is that I think you're in an interesting business, but you're telling me ideas which are things that you should have done already. So why haven't you gone to go see the funeral parlors? Why haven't you gone to see the Stockfells? Like, what have you been doing? For me, it makes me wonder about you as an entrepreneur, because these are things that are very obvious. So I'm not sure why you haven't done more of the stuff that's obvious. Martine?
Yeah, you know, there's a saying that goes, own your throne. I'm not convinced that you have tough competition in terms of tombstones in Middleburg. I just personally think that you need to put more energy into it.
True.
You telling yourself that you can't do it when the business is actually staring you in the face, waiting on you to present it.
Sure.
So get off your butt, actually.
Will do.
Well, Lethabo, 2 things. I don't think you're innovative enough. Okay, so you don't show any innovation on how you secure your sales, on how you sell your business, on how you pitch your business, and that I see no innovation. On the other end, you are standing in a very good place. You managed to keep this business afloat and not sink when it was supposed to. So that's good. You've got equipment, you've got what it takes in terms of the business to make it what it can be. Don't spend too much time in the business trying to make tombstones and that. If that's what you want to do, and you want to control machines and that and make tombstones, then employ the person that is going to make sure that this business succeeds.
All right. So we had a bit of a chat about different types of tasks that we think could benefit your business moving forward, right? The one that, from me, is you went to university, you've got a network of people who also went to university. There are a lot of unemployed graduates all over the place. You need a sales force. Tap into them, abasebenzi. Work on a commission, at least spread the net so you've got other people running with you.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand.
Martine?
Okay, so I want you to focus on marketing your unique selling points to the communities, okay? Be it flyers, be it social media, step up your social media, put out there on a daily basis or weekly basis, but regularly, right? It has to be consistent. Put out there what it means or what you can offer to the community, what it means to give somebody a dignified funeral, all of those things. There's loads of material on the internet, etc. And I also want you to go and start having the conversations with insurers around tombstone policies that you could advertise on your platforms, that is guaranteed income on a referral basis for you, and it's guaranteed that you'll be doing the tombstone if anything happens.
Okay.
Lucas?
Simple one. Go and see the lady that we spoke about. Go and see Lerato Mafisa. You need to do that. It's a funeral parlor that has got 27 burial societies with. Go and find the person. You've got 27 burial societies. I want to service them. I want to be part of them. I want, perhaps even in the money that they pay monthly, can 10 rand of that money be money that is put aside for a tombstone. That way, whether there's a tombstone that you are selling or not, every month you get in your money. So that is where you're going to be able to bring this business a turnaround.
All right, so way forward, each of us will give you our individual opinion. My opinion is, at this point, I wouldn't put you through to the next round.
Okay.
Purely because you haven't shown the passion and the drive. A lot of the stuff that we're telling you is stuff that you should know, is stuff that you should be pushing and driving. But it feels like you're doing just enough and you're fulfilling an obligation. Lucas?
Well, what I think doesn't matter. Okay, you've got 2 no's, mine doesn't matter. It would have been a yes though. I believe that, look, you managed to save that business from where it was. So you have it in you, that entrepreneurial thing, it's there in you to make things work. But unfortunately, yeah, my 2 cents worth means nothing at the moment. You've got 2 no's.
All right, brother, I wish you the best of luck. Take this business and run with it and take it to the next level. Okay.
All the best.
All the best.
All right. Being here and making moves has taught me a lot. I've been given some good advice from the coaches, and it's things that if I do apply, success is imminent.
If you are an entrepreneur and would like to be featured on the show, contact us on makingmoves@sabc.co.za or visit our website